Alright, what's up there, Charles? Was experimenting with some of these layouts here because sometimes it's better just to have just the game capture only. Sometimes it's good to see the desktop. So we'll go with the game capture here just to show off the menu. So basically what I've done is I've overhauled the old MK2 plus settings menu that I put in there originally and recategorized some stuff to make it a little better, and I also added some new stuff in here. So I'll just give you a quick run through of what it is. You see some of the menu stuff colors have been changed because there's going to be quite a few menus nested in here, and I thought it'd be simpler just to show you the next menu ahead is going to be of the same color. Like for instance, we go in here to MK2 settings. You'll see the settings on the left hand side are all in red. And random fight ladder, that's obviously pretty self-explanatory. Cheats, turbo mode, stage options, finishing options, and other options. So we'll go in stage options. Just the basic stuff here, just categorized. Coin up stage, game over stage, casting stage, and I'm bringing back credit stage. I know a few stages will crash, but there's going to be fixes to that. And also put an option in here for enable Goro's Lair because some people they want true 3.1 revision, and I gave them the option to turn it off or on. We'll go back out, finishing options, extended fatality time as I had before, computer always finish, selective darkening, that's a new one. I'll turn that on. That's something Charles cooked up for me. We have to refound the darkening routine for the layers. Health bar display, this is something separate, but it's also a part of selective darkening. If you want to turn off health bars when fatalities or finishers are performed, you have that option to turn those off. That's already included in selective darkening, so you can just keep that on if you just want to do that. And the last one, other options, combo display, you now have the option to turn that on and off. Secret characters, you have the option to turn them off or on, and this is something that probably won't be included when I actually do make a release, is the debug options. This is pretty much for testing. Unlimited health and time limits. You can select your opponent. You can select your stage selection that you want to play on all the time. I'm thinking about adding some other stuff in there, like maybe unlimited endurance or something, just to test endurance. But let's see here. We'll just run through. I'll showcase. Let's see here. We'll do selective darkening. We'll turn that on. I think it should be good. I didn't test real thorough. I had a ton to do with the menus, so I did test each setting once or twice, so we should be okay. Don't expect any crashes, but you know, you never know.
Round one, fight. Outstanding.
Yeah, Juan Pablo, I don't know what's up with the with that kind of stuff with PayPal. I don't know if they just don't allow international donations or whatever. I'm not really sure, but I appreciate the gesture. We'll save our state just in case.
Finish him.
Now you see the difference in selective darkening. You'll have some layers that aren't darkened. Kind of makes the screen pop a little bit, and you also have the health bars that are taken away.
Round 1, fight.
A much cleaner look. Just an option, you know. Some people might not care for it, but I think a lot of people probably will dig it.
Wins. Round 2, fight.
And one thing I just thought about, Charles, is does it work on stage fatalities? And if someone could give me Baraka's stage fatality in the chat, I don't know off the top of my head. I'll try it next.
Round 1, fight.
On the keyboard. Not that fun without the gamepad, but I ran out of my 6 or 7 USB ports here, and the one I use for my gamepad is the same one I use for my mic, so I'll make an exception here.
Finish him.
One of my favorite ones. I like the way the background
Fatality.
really pops. Looks pretty good.
Round 1, fight. Baraka wins.
Forward 4 down, high kick. Alright, Michael. Thank you. No, Raiden, he's not falling for nothing. Yeah, it does. It does look good.
Fight. Finish him. Baraka wins. Fatality.
I think from the get-go, they probably should have done away with the life bars on all the finishers. I think it would look a lot better. It's a lot cleaner.
Baraka wins.
Yeah. I'm on a keyboard, Victor. You gotta cut me a little bit of slack there.
Outstanding.
Somebody talking about Baraka's friendship or rivalry is. I'll try those.
Wins. Fatality. Round 1, fight.
I thought about doing Charles as adding a score system. It's definitely possible because they use the same tables
2, fight.
as far as move damages and stuff. Where it actually has a position where the score is what they use on Mortal Kombat 1. There's I think 16 bits there that are unused, which they used in Mortal Kombat 1 for the score.
Baraka wins. Fatality. Round 1, fight.
And of course, if you were running the improved computer AI option, you wouldn't be able to get the jump follow.
Fight. Outstanding. Finish him.
Yeah, I didn't think it darkened on stage fatalities.
Fatality. Round 1, fight.
I hate this.
Baraka wins. Round 2, fight.
Oh, that didn't work.
Wins. Round 1, fight.
Yeah, I'd like to remove the winning streak, or improve the winning streak, I guess, because it probably shouldn't stop if you're still winning, right? To stop at like 7 or 8, something like that.
Baraka wins. Round 2, fight. Finish him. Baraka wins. Fatality. Round 1, fight.
That was strange. Yeah, it does look pretty good. All these levels look pretty good. Looks a lot better. I think it's a pretty good option to have. It was too good just to have just for a cheat, you know? It's something that I think people are probably going to play with more often than not.
Baraka wins. Fatality.
Wasn't much there on Goro's lair. Maybe we can get the skeleton or something to.
Scorpion wins. Round 2, fight.
Oh man, I hate it when that happens.
You are too easy.
Hit the Windows button instead of the Z button.
Baraka wins. Round 3, fight.
Oh, nice move.
Outstanding. Finish him. Baraka
Too fast.
wins. Round 1, fight.
I never understood why they reset the wins, you know. It just,
2, fight.
other than just greed, I guess, as far as wins in a row at the arcade. It's probably just a bug. There's been so many bugs in this game that they didn't know or didn't care to fix.
Baraka wins.
One Pablo, there are no balances for player versus player. There's some
1, fight.
AI fixes. That's a possibility. Keep my ass kicked by Kentaro.
Round 2, fight.
I mean, is there a big problem with player versus player, or something that's really unbalanced that needs addressed? Definitely fix it. Probably would be an option. We got our own tournament edition option. Now a couple people mentioned they would like to see 2v2 since there are endurances that are in the game now. It's probably our next primary focus on fixing anything wrong with that, the floor scrolling issue.
Well done. Round 1, fight.
Look at that. We'll see once I beat it here, Michael, if that crash, or not crash, but kind of like after you beat Shao Kahn, you'll have that slight screen roll up. I think that that has to do with something I fixed earlier, so hopefully we're good to go on that part.
Jade wins. Round 3, fight.
Weird thing I've seen with Jade a few times is sometimes you get in a jump kick and a fan throw, she will kind of hold her jump kick pose a bit longer than what she should. See if we can get her to do it again.
Round 1, fight.
Yeah, it's terrible playing a keyboard. Oh no! Yeah, we'll see about the 2v2 combat there, player versus player, 2-on-2. Like to get it in there. That'd be nice. I'm not very good against Kintaro.
Jade wins.
And there is a difference between MAME and arcade on Kintaro, because you can get I think some players you can just continuously jump kick Kintaro with no problems on MAME. It doesn't happen like that on Machine. He tends to grab you more and just slam you if you go to jump kick him. That's actually just the way it always is, I think, Michael. Even if you're playing on revision 3.1, if you beat Jade, you go back to the screen, character select screen, and her palette kind of stays there on the ground, or her sprite stays there on the ground.
Jade wins. Round 2, fight.
Maybe we'll... Yeah, I'm not very good at Jade. Keyword. Yeah.
Round 3, fight.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, I should have I'll be posting this new build, probably after the stream, Mike, if you guys want to try it out and,
1, fight.
test it for bugs. I'm sure there might be something with the settings that isn't hooked up, or it's hooked up a little backwards, but Oh man, that's great.
Kintaro
Hit my Windows button again.
Round 2, fight. Kintaro
Yeah, no release dates. We gotta do some graphic stuff. We want to get proper images for the secret characters. That's that's the bulk of it. Yeah, I'll show off the debug options here in a minute. I just want to beat Shao Kahn here. I want to see if that one little bug is fixed. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, that's crazy, man. Oh.
Round 2, fight. Well done. Outstanding.
Yeah, that's Victor, come beat Kintaro here for me real fast. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so let's do this. We'll go Shao Kahn in a minute, but we'll show off the debug stuff. This is for my testers here. The first one's just a simple one. Basically, it just gives unlimited health, unlimited time. So if there's something you gotta test, you can just turn that on and just test whatever you need to test. Self-explanatory. The next one, we'll turn that off. The next one, you can fix an opponent that you want to fight all the time. If it's on standard, which is the default setting, it's just going to be the standard rotation, or the default, whoever you're going to fight, who you're going to fight. We got all the characters here. Let's see. We wanna go directly to Shao Kahn. We can do that if we wanted to.
Feel the wrath of Shao Kahn. Well done. Feel the wrath of Feel the power of Shao Kahn. Prepare. Feel the power.
There we go. Looks like that bug was finally fixed with one of the routines. Was setting up, I think, the debugger for the stage selection, and I came across an error in one of the routines I wrote, and it fixed that. Crazy part is it didn't show until I was doing the audits, so I thought for sure it was something with the audits, but it was something previously. It wasn't restoring the stack properly, and it was causing crazy stuff. Even one of the testers was able to, when they would shoot a projectile, it would shoot out Shao Kahn for some reason. It was crazy. Alright, so that's the debug there for the character selection. Let's put that back on standard, and we can go to stage selection. If we want to test on a specific stage, this would be good for that. So we'll show that off. So every time you play a match, it could be on the level you select. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You can do that. We'll just go through a match here, and we'll show that the second of the next matches should be the same match. It should be the same stage.
Finish him. MK wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
So it's going to say Deadpool, but the hook's after the title screen. If I were to fix the title screen there, it would require another hook. I didn't think it was real necessary, since it's going to be something that's not going to be existent in the proper release.
Reptile wins. Flawless victory.
Alright, so that might be something with MAME also, the little black box that was on Liu Kang's ending picture there. So I think that wraps it up pretty much for the new menu system. Everything that you haven't seen has been in it before. Secret characters, that's just added, but let's see, we'll turn off combo display. Some people might not like the combo display, so if you wanted to, you could go in there and you can turn that off. So whenever you do combos, you won't have that pop up. And I'm thinking about with the combo display, maybe adding a percentage indicator. Let's see this. What happened there? I might have another hook for that combo, for juggling combos, now that I think about it. Yeah, I do. I do have another hook there for that, so I gotta tie in that hook and and add that in there, so juggle combos aren't counted as well. There we go. Yep. So we'll do that, and that'll fix that. But everything works great now with the CMOS resets as well. Everything's all factory now. So if you were to go in and reset everything, everything goes back to default. There are some settings that I felt that should be on by default, which combo display, secret characters, everything you can turn off. All the stages are default: coin up stage, wasteland, game over stage, wasteland, casting stage, pit 2, credit stage, the armory. Enable Goro's lair is off by default. Random fight ladder turned off, cheats off. So I think one of the coolest things here is not just the menu, but the selective darkening. I'll definitely be playing with that on. I like the way that looks. You know what? I got one option in here that I still have to add back in here. It's already done and everything's already written for it. I just must have forgot to put it in the menu. Looks like improved computer AI. Let's see, where would we put that if that were? We go to. You probably put that in the other options. We can kind of subdivide it if we wanted to, because there's more than one thing that's been improved on the computer AI. They've been added more moves at the start of the round. They've had more moves added at long range. There's been a completely new range put in for them because they usually only attack from about half screen away. Unless you're doing a jump backwards or something and they're all the way across screen, then they'll pull a projectile out. But that's more tied to your jump back rather than a distance away. So we can put more options there if we wanted a complete new menu for improved computer AI. We can probably do that. Let's go to the new menus I got here. Stage options, finishing options, other options, and all I really have to do, since I've got all the groundwork laid here, is we can take this last section here. This is the section that pretty much says return to settings, and our menu items are about 3 words long, 6 words if you. So we'll just 1, 2, 3, and then we'll put this right here. And they just consist of a string, a submenu, and then a menu type, which is always 2. So we can come down here, we can find our string for improved computer AI. Since we've already got that string out there, it's going to be right here. So we'll take that address and we'll plug that in right here for the string. FC7E980. So that's the string. Now the other word we need, or the 2 words we need, is the submenu header. Which, hold on a minute, let me check a note here. Michael, the additional announcer taunts are tied to the combo display, so they should turn off when you turn off the combo display. So yes, those should turn off with you. Let's see, stage selection here. So we'll go. Alright, so let's go and get our submenu for the improved computer AI, and that should be the last little word we need to pop in there since it's already made. If I remember correctly, I think our addresses are right around in here. So we got cheat, random ladder, Girl's lair, computerized finishing, casting stage, background increase, game speed. There we go. So what we need here is just the address to where the submenu starts for the improved CPU artificial intelligence, which is FFD5 3200. So if everything's in there good with no typos or nothing like that, we should have improved computer AI underneath the other options here. So let's save it and build it and launch it again and see if everything is the way it should be. Alright, there we go. Improved computer AI is back in the mix. It'll probably take the place of debug. I don't know. Do you guys want a debug option in a a public release? Is that something you guys? I mean, I don't know. Some people might like it. Maybe they'll use it for practice or something for combos. I don't know. Yeah, true bone stock is definitely. I mean, it's never going to be 100% true stock because there's going to be hooks in there with routines, but everything that I'm adding in here, I kind of want to give an option to turn off if someone doesn't like it. I guess that's going to be the best part about this revision. There's no one out there that's ever done any CMOS menus, anything that's that you can toggle on or off. It's usually the hack that you get or that they do. That's what you get. Um, that's one of the big things I like about this. That's what I wanted to achieve. Is I wanted to have true MK3 or MK2 revision 3.1, but with the options to add a couple things that, well, a couple things turn into a hell of a lot of things that you can turn off if you want to do. So we have so many things that I find myself going into utilities just to reset. And here's a new option that I don't think I've really touched on, but there's a new option that I've added, and this has been in there for a while, but it's useless at this point because it's going to be used for unlocks because I don't plan on having a secret characters available from the start. There's going to be something that's going to have to be done to unlock them, including a nice unlock sequence. You know, kind of shows you who you unlocked and stuff, kind of like Mortal Kombat 3, I guess, or UMK3. That's where that would be handy there if you want to reset your unlocks, but you don't really want to wipe your audits, which if you haven't seen the audits lately, the audits have gotten a lot cooler. There's been a lot of stuff added to it. Rounds played, I think, was always in the game, but it's kind of been hidden, I think. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've added these, but number of times complete, obviously how many times you beat Shao Kahn. Flawless completions is one I've added for. How many times you beat the game without continuing. There's even a time tracker for fastest time you've beaten the game. And just to touch up on number of times complete, that's an audit that's always been in the game. They just never added it to the audits menu for some reason. They do that is a factory audit, but they didn't add it for some reason. Next page are standard audits for characters chosen. The next page is I've added secret characters to the audits. All the other stuff are self-explanatory and always have been there. They've just been more organized. In the last pages, the real good stuff that I like: fatalities performed, friendships performed, abilities, double flawless fatalities, even body explosions, number of cheats you've used, because there are cheats in the game, obviously. How many times Dan Forden's popped up, how many times you've accessed the EJB menu, how many times you've been stopped by Kentaro, the highest combo you performed, decapitations, and even the amount of blood that you spilled. So that's it. Pretty big update, 2.7. I'm gonna get this to my testers, and we're gonna see what happens here. I'm sure they're gonna uncover some bugs, and they're gonna keep me busy throughout the nights. So if you like it, stay tuned. There'll probably be more streams coming soon. MortalKombatPlus.com if you want some more information, or if you want to check out and maybe test it for me. If you got a machine, I prefer some machine testing, because that is the target platform. Is this whole project started as just something that I wanted to create for my own machine I got, because I like the tournament edition. That's what I originally went with when I first chose a new revision for my machine, but I really didn't care for Johnny Cage's shadow kick that you couldn't duck under. That killed it for me. That pretty much took out the competitiveness for something that was supposed to be a gameplay balance revision. But it is what it is, and this is why we're here today. So stay tuned for more. For now, I am out of here.